So EA have just announced that the next promo in FIFA 22 Ultimate Team is going to be called Road to the Knockouts, and I can only assume that this is a Road to the Final replacement, so we're going to use that theory and we're going to try and predict which players are going to feature in this upcoming promotion on Friday. If you need some coins to improve your Ultimate Team, look no further than IG Vault for the cheapest coins on the market, and if you use the code Kieran at checkout, you'll get yourself a nice little discount off your order. It looks like this year we're not only going to be getting special cards for the Champions League and Europa League, but also the Conference League as well. So let's now move on and let's talk about some players who I personally think could feature in this upcoming promo, and also some players who I would like to see feature as well. As per usual, be active in the comments, let me know which players you want to see personally as well, and if you could leave a like rating on the video, that would be very much appreciated. I will also add that you're going to see a lot of players in this video, probably more than EA are actually going to release, but I did want to try and cover as many team options as I possibly could, so that's why you're going to see a lot, and I mean a lot, of players today. There is no time to waste, so let's talk about the first player in this video. I am going for a potential road to the, no, I was going to say road to the final then, a road to the knockouts, Andy Robertson, and my favourite behind this one is, I feel like he should have been in the latest team of the week, didn't get selected, so the only reason I can think is that he didn't get selected is because he's already planned for an upcoming promo, which is this one's coming on Friday. So because he wasn't in Team of the Week, basically, I think he's coming this Friday in this promotion. And let's be honest, this would be a really, really nice card for it, especially if it is live items again, where they get upgraded each round, because it looks like Liverpool are going to get out of their Champions League group, and obviously this card could become really good if Liverpool do progress quite far in the Champions League. If this next one happens, we could potentially be looking at the best centre-back in FIFA 22 Ultimate Team. If you know, you know. Non-informed Kimpembe is outstanding, and if this promo is what we think it is, I just can't see them not going with a player from PSG, and a lot of their players already have special cards, obviously all the one-to-watches and stuff like that, so I had to look for someone who wasn't, you know, super high rated and doesn't have a special card, and Kimpembe just stood out. I hope this one happens. This card could be outstanding. My pick for Man City is going to be Bernardo Silva, another one where I was looking through the squad and just trying to find someone who already hasn't had a special card or already isn't, you know, too high rated. I kind of did want to go with Jack Grealish, but the one-to-watch card just means that he won't be in it. And then I thought maybe Ferran Torres, because he's another one who could have been in, you know, the latest team of the week but didn't get selected. But in the end, I settled on Bernardo Silva, a player who EA just love to seem to give special cards to and have done over the years. So that's why I'm going to go. I've gone for Dani Olmo from Leipzig. Obviously, that team is just full of really good defenders, but a bunch of them already have special cards in this year's Ultimate Team, and Kosterman obviously was in last year's Road to the Final promo, so I don't expect him to feature again. So we're going to go for the Spaniard in this one. I've got to be honest, I'd just really like to see this one happen. From Atletico Madrid, I've gone with Angel Correa. His non-inform is a really, really good item, and it currently costs like 1.5k, which is mad. I think a boosted version of him could be really, really good, so hopefully we see this one happen. Would have liked a Road to the Final Marcus Llorente, but imagine the price. Imagine the price of that card, and the fact that that card could potentially get upgraded each round. It would actually become one of the best midfielders in the game, so maybe that is an option. That would be pretty cool, wouldn't it? Like a Road to the Knockouts Marcus Llorente. You know what? I'm slightly changing my tune now. I kind of want to see a Road to the Knockouts Llorente. But imagine the cost. In the comments below, give me a price prediction on this card. I feel like a Pepe would be really, really cool to have in the game, especially considering the massive pace boost he received in this year's FIFA, which I'm still, like, amazed by. Like, in last year's Ultimate Team, 66 pace. This year's Ultimate Team, 80 pace. A Road to the Final variant, how fast could that get potentially? Who actually knows? I believe Porto are currently third in their group, so their chances of qualification aren't looking too strong as things stand, but if they stay in that third spot, obviously they could drop into the Europa League. I really hope EA don't neglect goalkeepers in promos this year. Last year they ignored them a lot. Hopefully that's not the case this time round, especially with goalkeepers seemingly being much better in this year's Ultimate Team. And off the back of that, a Road to the Knockouts, Mike, I think would be quite good. His non-inform in the game, by the way, is actually a really solid goalkeeper card. From Juve, I have gone for Chiesa, who actually does have a really, really good non-inform item this year. 4-star, really good pace, dribbling and shooting, and a boosted variant of him, I think, would just be a really good card. I really, really do. I think an inform version of him would be really cool, but a Road to the knockout stages could be even better. Picking a player from Chelsea was actually pretty tough, because obviously they've got a few players in one to watch already, and also also in regards to old Road to the Final promos, they've had players who featured in it before. I think Mason Mount, Kante, there's also Marcus Alonso, who had a really good Road to the Final card back in the day. Pulisic obviously had one while at Dortmund. So yeah, there's a bunch of players already taken. So I've gone for Reece James, who I actually think would be an excellent choice. It could really bring some competition to the English right-back spot. Currently, most people just go for Kyle Walker as standard or Wan-Bissaka. If Reece James got a boosted card, then obviously he would come into the conversation in foot. EA seem to love pacey centre-backs in this year's Ultimate Team. There is a bunch of them already available, so let's throw one or at least another one into this promo potentially. I've gone for Skriniar. Once again, would be a very, very good card with just a one boost alone, but if it could pick up even more boosts along the way, it could become a ridiculously good centre-back item. His non-inform is already really, really solid. Do I want this one to happen? I'm unsure, because on one hand, I'd love to have it in my club, but on the other hand, I definitely don't want to come up against this item. A potential road to the knockouts, Ferland Mendy, I'm sure would be incredibly expensive. In fact, I'd like some price predictions in the comments if this card was to drop. Real Madrid were a team that were hard to pick for just because they always have players in Road to the Final / Road to Knockout, whatever you want to call it. So a bunch of them have already had special items in past FIFAs, and I'm trying my best to not pick players who've had live items before. So I'm going for Mendy. So let's see what happens with this one. We have another defensive option up next in the form of Timber from Ajax. Another pacey defensive option, which I'm sure a lot of people would like to see. His non-inform's decent for considering the rating, and the guy could have had an inform early in FIFA, sadly didn't get selected, but hopefully he gets chosen for this promotion. I could definitely see EA doing this one just for the hype. What about a potential selection for Jude Bellingham? Now, I think we all know, or can say with a lot of confidence, that this guy's bound to be in future stars this year and probably the headlining player or one of the headlining players, but maybe they'll throw him in this early into a promo to try and generate some hype. Another player who I personally would love to see get involved in a promo is Casteels. Big fan of his non-inform item, and I think an upgraded version of him would just be class. Most of you will know I'm really big on this card, and if you haven't seen it already, go watch my top 10 best goalkeepers in FIFA 22 video, and you'll see how high I am on this card. Well, not this card specifically, because obviously this one hasn't happened yet, but he's non-informed. From Man United, I'm going to go with Donny. I know compared to some of the other players in their squad, he's a bit of a low-rated pick, but obviously I can't see them doing Ronaldo, Sancho or Varane because they got one to watch items. I believe Rashford and Pogba both had Road to the Final cards last year, so I don't think they'll include them straight away again. So because of that, I am going to look for an alternative, and I am going to go for Donny instead. Bruno is an option, but I just can't quite see it, but who knows, Gonna go for Leroy Sane from Bayern Munich. Big fan of his non-inform in this year's Ultimate Team. Big shame about the weak foot, but really is a very good card in game this year. Barcelona currently sit last in their group with 0 points, so they're going to need a big turnaround to get out of that group. So a road to the final for them could be very interesting. They could even end up in the Europa League. We'll have to see what happens. Let me know what you think Barcelona will do this year in Europe in the comments below. But I've gone for a Frankie because I think this card would be outstanding if it was to happen. We now move on to some Europa League cards, and we're going to start by talking about Toko Ekambi. I feel like last year he was pretty unfortunate not to get more special cards, so hopefully that's not the case this year, and hopefully, as I say, he gets himself a pretty nice one early on in this. We now move on to some Europa League cards, and we're going to start by talking about Toko Ekambi. I feel like last year he was pretty unfortunate not to get more special cards, so hopefully that's not the case this year, and hopefully, as I say, he gets himself a pretty nice one early on in this. We never did get that Player of the Month, Mikel Antonio. Maybe EA will throw him in to the upcoming Road to the Knockout Stages promo instead. Could actually become a ridiculous item should he get enough boosts. Alternatively, if EA wanted a higher rated forward, they could go with someone like a Jamie Vardy, who I'm sure would make his way into some people's Premier League teams, especially at this stage of the game. Tapsoba from Bayer Leverkusen could add to the already incredible options we have for Bundesliga defences. Another pacey centre-back with some ridiculous defending and physicals. If PSV do get a player in this promotion, I personally would like to see someone like Gakpo or even Bruma get selected. I think that would make for some really nice Ultimate Team content. And then maybe we'll finally see Gelson Martins get a special card early in an Ultimate Team so he can actually be useful throughout the year. I just think him getting a special card would be really nice for Ultimate Team, especially with the 5-star skills and the links that he offers in game, linking obviously League One forwards like Mbappe to Premier League and Portuguese players like Bruno and Ronaldo. We're now going to end by talking about some Conference League player options. Now, what EA have done in the past is release a bunch of Champions League cards and then just like a handful of Europa League cards. So I'm going to imagine they're going to do the same again and only do a couple Conference League items as well. So I don't think we'll see too many of these. But anyway, I've got a couple of options. We've got Roma's Cast-Off. I did want to go with Mkhitaryan, but like I've said, he's had a live card in the past, and although it would be a really good item, I really do hope that EA freshen it up and try not to have too many repeat cards. Even though some of the players are at different teams now, I would like to see some fresh faces personally. I'll be very surprised if we don't see a Tottenham player in this promotion at all, and I was thinking, could EA throw in a Harry Kane into this? And I thought, maybe a bit too high rated for this kind of promo this early, but maybe not. So I did want to go with Harry Kane, but in the end, I settled on Lucas, who, yeah, his non-inform is another card which is really good in the game. So an upgraded version of him I think would be very popular. But it would give us a third special Brazilian winger in the Premier League. We've got informed Gabi Jesus, informed Rafinha. Are EA going to want a third one? We'll obviously have to wait and see. Maybe they could even do position changes with some of these cards. Obviously, Lucas from time to time does play centrally. The final player we're going to talk about in today's video is Traore from Stade Rennais. This is just another one that I would really like to see happen, just to, you know, have another Ligue 1 right back option in Ultimate Team. The Ligue 1 is very popular this year for teams, and currently most people are just going for Hakimi, so to have an alternative to him I think would be pretty good. So guys, that'll do it for this video. Those are my predictions / suggestions for the upcoming Road to the Knockout promo. And like I said at the start of the video, there isn't really criteria for the players within these kind of promotions, so predicting them is really hard, but hopefully we do get a few right. We've spoken about a lot of players, so I do expect to get, you know, at least a few. Anyway, in the comments below, let me know who you personally would like to see, and if you could leave a like rating on the video, that'd be very much appreciated. Thanks for watching, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one.